Water, the elixir of life. The problem is, too much of it is chaos, too little of it is the same. 2015, the monsoon had failed. 2016, the city of Belgavi had a water scarcity which was unprecedented. That's when a few people got together and brought out that thing that's taught to everybody in school. When you have more trees, you have more rain. Very childish a thought, but then I guess nothing beats the truth of the innocence of a child who believes that the world can change. And so we believed, and we set foot on the ground and planted our first set of trees. That was about 9.5 years ago. A lot of people joined and we were excited. But then you know what happened? It rained in 2016. And all the people who planted because they wanted rain had other things to do. I remember one person from the team saying, let's do this every Sunday. That stuck as a mantra. And we have been working every Sunday for the past 489 Sundays. We planted around 60,000 trees. People ask us, what have you achieved? I don't really say 60,000 trees because I'm sure that they have chopped off more trees than what we have planted. But what's important is that we have stuck to the task. We have been there for 489 Sundays. I think that's the beauty of it all. Initially, as everybody is, we were also excited about numbers. About planting 100 trees, 200 trees, 5,000 trees on a single day. Just like everybody is excited when crores of trees are planted. But then it's not just a question of planting trees, it's about where to plant, how to plant, what to plant. Are things that are conveniently ignored because numbers are obsessive. We have been working this long, but we haven't even scratched the surface. Look around yourself, check the news. There's chaos everywhere. Uttarakhand, Kashmir, Wayanad almost every year, Konkan, where villages have disappeared, but just one village has disappeared every year, so we don't care. And second, none of us were there, right? If we had relatives there, we would have felt the pain. Otherwise, we really don't. But it's happening everywhere, so much so that the Supreme Court went and said, are you going to act only when Himachal Pradesh disappears? But don't we all want to go there for a holiday? Isn't that what's the exciting destination for everyone? The same is true with Uttarakhand, Kedarnath, a place of pilgrimage. It has its sanctity. At least it was supposed to have its sanctity. We converted our places of pilgrimage into places for picnics and parties. A wisdom that our ancestors had, we conveniently set it aside because the only thing that we want to do in life is to earn and to spend. That's how everybody wants to live, right? Well, maybe it's convenient, maybe it's trending, but I am definitely sure that Mother Nature doesn't like it. Let's not go very far. Let's come back to our own city. And I do this when I talk to a lot of people. And I say, answer me honestly. So there's this place called as Vaccine Depot where everybody says, which is the biodiversity hotspot of Belgavi. I ask people, let's do one thing. Let's take it out and build a water park there. Or let's take it out and build a food mall there. Or let's take it out and do a beautiful layout there. And I say, answer me honestly. Will you be excited about it? When I ask them to answer me honestly, then they say, yes, we would be excited about it. But then let's say we take off the Vaccine Depot, theoretically. What happens to everything that is living there? What happens to every little and large thing that is the inhabitant of that place? You remember COVID? COVID came as a warning from Mother Nature, but we chose not to heed it. Let's get back to the correlation. So there are trees in the Vaccine Depot where you have a lot of bats, hundreds and thousands of bats that are there. You take off those trees and in all probability, those bats will shift to a tree which is in your backyard. A disease that was restricted in that space, you've almost invited it home. And that's why all our ancestors in all places across the world had things similar to sacred groves. You were not supposed to take a single stone out of that place. We have totally abandoned that thought. And all this is what we call as progress development. What is progress? What is development? Isn't it living a good, healthy, and happy life? What are the components that make a good life? Good air to breathe? Do we have that anymore? Well, Belgaum touches almost 125 AQI, but we are happy because Delhi is 400 plus. We are always happy in the comparative. Water to drink is a problem. It starts in Jan. When I tell people that it rains 35, 40 inches in Belgaum, we have a water problem, they laugh at me. Health is something that's central to everybody's life. Well, let me give you a fact. The flu season begins 3 months before it used to. Is this progress? Stress has gone into every phase in our life. Children in school have stress, have nervous breakdowns. Is this the kind of future that we want to give to the coming generations? While working on planting trees, Green Saviors realized all this, and we shifted to what is most important, which is building awareness. We started talking to people. 150 talks, and we are just getting started. 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 2 people, we go there and we have our conversation because every person is important. We started eco clubs in schools. We started going to villages and talking to people because we realized that the narrative has to be about getting more and more people on board. Changing the popular narrative is a big boundary of perception that we have to break. I'm trying to do it on my own. My team is also doing the same. While I stand here and talk to you, I feel that it is all part of the same story. I have done my job. I have put the story across to you. I have put the reality across to you. Now it is your turn. Because the time to wake up is now. Because the tomorrow that you are dreaming of might not be a tomorrow at all. Thank you.